Worst thing I ate?
Yeah, the worst thing?
Dinner at that cameraman's house 2 nights ago.
Oh, no.
And just shoe leather on the grill. Shocking.
Terrible. Hey guys, Christina Garibaldi here with Andrew Zimmern, host of Bizarre Foods. We're so excited to have you here.
I'm thrilled to be here. This is great.
Looking back at past seasons, I'm sure you get this question a lot, but what is the most bizarre or the best and worst food that you've ever had on the show?
I did get a chance in the very first season of the show to be in Asia and finally taste deep-fried tiny birds. I mean, little baby chickens and ducks, you know, just this small, marinated, deep-fried, crispy, and then sauced with a little nuoc cham in Vietnam. Head first.
Head first. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. And you kind of hold them by the beak and eat them, and I've been obsessed and addicted ever since, and so now I do everything I can to eat them all the time. Worst thing that I've ever eaten in the show, you know, it probably falls into those, you know, rotted and fermented foods that somehow for a Western palate are really hard to choke down. I've developed a taste for them though over the years, and so now I kind of like them. But that kind of stuff is pretty strange. Although with rye bread and a little butter in someone's farmhouse, delicious. So who's to say?
When you're done with the show and go home, do you just want like a burger?
It's funny that you say that. The first thing I do at the airport, and it does not matter where I am. It could be something that could be meatloaf on a bad English muffin. It doesn't even have to really resemble a burger very much. But anything with ketchup on it kind of somehow is sort of like the antidote. I feel like Robinson Crusoe finding water for the first time. I'm like, oh.
You're from New York. What are your go-to places when you're back in the city?
Oh my gosh.
So many.
I mean, New York City is an overwhelming thing. It's the greatest food city on planet Earth. If Queens, New York, the borough of Queens, was its own city, I could make a good argument that it's one of the top 5 food destinations on planet Earth. 130 ethnicities represented by populations of 5,000 or more, with new immigrants arriving all the time, means that the people who are there are cooking for newly arriving friends, family, neighbors. So the food is not only honest and authentic, but it's delicious.
Do you have advice for people that are traveling, you know, anywhere and want to experiment with different foods? How should they go about it? Just dive right in.
Well, I mean, ask questions. Don't ask the concierge. Ask the guy who parks the car.
Yeah.
I mean, that's actually what I do.
Okay.
I'm going to actually do that. Social media is such a powerful force now in every country in the world. Go on a couple of, you know, culinary sites, find out who the 4 or 5 best culinarians and food writers are in that town, then hit their timeline on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, see where they're eating, write down the top 5 for each one, and then cross-pollinate, and you'll probably have a really good idea. And also seek out markets. You know, I think you learn more in a food market about a culture and a people than you do in a museum.
Thank you so much. This was so much fun.
It was great to see you.